And why it's a good thing? It's actually the best thing. It really is the best thing that can happen for us. Because as of now, let me go ahead and share this right now. Okay, we are back live. So I'm just gonna talk as I'm driving, going back home. Just got done with the gym, staying hard because I know, well, not really hard times, just times are upon us. And what most people think is hard, I look as opportunity. Because when things are hard, that means nobody's willing to do it. If you're willing to do it, you get a reward. And that's the beauty of life. It's so easy to get rewards. You just do the things nobody else wants to do. And if you get really good at doing the things that nobody else wants to do, oh my God, like you can just go around doing anything. It's the best. Because nobody's going to tell you what you can't do because you're the only person who can do it. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's talk. Let's talk, people. So the fall of the West. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to play out. America, like what I concluded, is like a punch-drunk heavyweight that's looking for one final paycheck before he fucking retires. Because America, for the most part, like as a nation, like as a government, the shit is fucking. It's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap for America as a government. Oh, let's go. Let's go. So, what's gonna happen is America's trying to figure out. Everybody's greedy in America. They're all trying to figure out how do I cash out before I get the fuck out of here. That's what all these boomers and everybody do. They're trying to figure out how do I cash out and take out the bank loans and get all the fucking resources before this thing crashes. And that's what everybody's really trying to time in America. So you got a lot of different things going on, and all these people are trying to figure out how we're gonna rob America, like the boxer. Like it's like Mike Tyson kind of like everybody. Mike Tyson in his career, everybody's trying to figure, okay, we know this shit ain't gonna be around for much longer. So how are we going to cash off of Tyson before the show fucking ends? And that's essentially what's going on with America. Everybody's trying to cash out. So we got Mexico crashing out, India cashing out, China cashing out, old white boomers cashing out. Everybody's trying to cash out on this fucking thing before it's a wrap. And what I concluded is, thank you, person. What I've concluded is that the final death blow is going to be from an unsuspected person, which is most likely not Americans. America is going to be able to knock itself out. I think we're just going to go on a fucking straight, almost like Tyson Fury rampage where we just crash out ourselves. And all the other governments are going to sit back and watch. Because America's, like, the cover is starting to slowly come apart. And people are starting to recognize, hold up, America's not as great as it once was. And other nations are kind of waking up and they're testing America's gangster. And America's failing every time. Like, when China sent those fucking bullshit satellite balloons, and we shot them out this, like, we threatened to shoot them out the sky, and then we shot them out the sky after like 3 days. It just showed weakness. It's like, you don't speak on it. You're supposed to act like China, you didn't do anything, or you just attack China. You don't fucking, China, take these balloons down, or else we're gonna, no, that's not how it works. You gotta fucking just make immediate action to set a point. Like, you fuck with us, we're gonna fuck with you. Or you don't say anything about it. You act like it didn't exist. And so, other countries, Russia, all these other countries, starting to wake up and realize America's not big and bad like it used to. America's just kind of soft. And we don't have that many soldiers. Like, a lot of people are not going to war anymore. Even though we got all this weaponry, it was a really bad look when we got beat by those Afghans after that long-ass war. And they eventually took all of our technology because we had to get the fuck out of there because our logistics people fucked up so badly. They thought they had about 3 months to escape. They really only had about 3 weeks. And so when that occurred, everybody's like, hold up. Even though logistics is garbage, and we got all the weaponry and all this stuff, it's like, America's it's a joke. America's a fucking joke. And I feel bad for the people, that good soldiers that lost their lives in that event over those couple decades. So now what's starting to happen in America is we don't have man. Like, our man resources is so bad. We're not building very good humans. We're building the worst humans, actually. The worst humans on the fucking planet are coming from America, as far as production and what they do. Now, there's a few bright spots here and there, but the grand majority, we're creating crash out babies, is what I call them. The internet kid, like the days of internet kids are done. Internet kids are actually having kids now, and their kids are now becoming the crash out babies. And the crash out babies are going to be way more wild than we thought the internet kids were. Because you have 2 generations of internet raising people. See, I think I'm the last generation of people, because I'm 32, And a lot of my friends have already had kids, and a lot of like 20-year-old people, they're not having kids, and they grew up with the internet. And so their minds are like warped. And so they're giving warped material to warped internet babies. And what's happening with these internet kids, well, not internet kids, but the crash out babies, is that they're either becoming very, very based or just the worst part of the culture. And because it's like, how can I put it? Actually, no, worse than that, man. They're becoming kind of, it's very difficult to explain because I've seen this as a teacher. So some of them get it very, very early because they got exposed to real shit on the internet, and so they know that they're being bullshitted. And then a lot of them have internet spewing and indoctrination, and they just can't figure it out. They're just like they're pretty much finished. And so these crash out babies are going to accelerate the fucking growth because they're even worse with the attention span than the fucking internet kids. And this is a big problem because if they can't pay attention, if they can't sit down for longer than 5 or 10 minutes, this is going to be a fucking really big issue because now who's going to teach them, like, how are we going to teach them stuff? Like, how are we going to be able to pass down the knowledge of the old timers, of the boomers, and Gen X? How are we going to pass that information down to our internet babies so they don't even want to read or listen to a 5-minute YouTube video? Like, they need all their shit in TikTok clicks. So if you're the next like big TikTok stars and the next big people, they're going to either be super, super degen, which we already started to see, or spitting really, really, really good facts, but it's marketed in clips that those kids can understand. And this is why the crash out is going back to eating faster. Because like I just see like some of these pranks I see online, they're horrendously mean. I saw a guy, he was probably 20-something. He went to a homeless guy. He says, I've been homeless like you. I know what it's like. He's like, I get you some food. He's like, you want a Baconator? Yeah, you want a Baconator? And so he goes in and he gets the Baconator, and he eats the Baconator right in front of the homeless guy. And the homeless guy is looking at him like, nigga, why are you filming this? What the fuck? Like, my day's already shitty because I'm homeless, and then your asshole come over here trying to make a YouTube video to get some clicks. And so what's going to happen is as time keeps progressing, people are going to start fighting back because there's not going to be any police officer. Like, we're going to have pretty much lawlessness. And, like, there'll be, like, threats of stuff, but the police are overwhelmed. Like, you got to understand, everybody doing man work, which I mean, like, real shit that involves fighting or building, they're tired. Like, if you look at the trade force and the police force, those guys are beat the fuck up. I feel bad for our police force because they got to deal with so much stupid shit, so much crime. They're over-flooded. There are not enough people to come into the force. And the people that do go into the force, they're not very useful. And now they have, like, HR shit that they got to deal with. So now you can't, like, and now the perception of police officers, like, get these guys, defund the police. Police are not doing a good job. And the police are like, what the fuck? We're doing everything we can do. You understand how crazy the shit is that we see on a daily basis? And so it's interesting because the game is, like, it's accelerating into a new... and I'm kind of enjoying this, but the game is now starting to accelerate even faster than what I perceived. Like, I look how easy it is to get polarized people. I was talking about the crash sale on my Instagram, made a fucking video, and it got like 5,000 reaches. People are all over the place, man. Well, am I just not supposed to get the vax? I bet you, like, just people don't have the ability to perceive reality. Like, they can't inform, like, and then they're typing on the internet, which is even funnier. Because they don't have the ability to talk, nor the ability to even write out, like, functional statements that make any sense. And that's one of the things I love experimenting with the internet, is, like, people have, like, their minds, they can't process. Like, they got, like, if you think of people's minds, like, there's calculus, algebra, and arithmetic. Most people can't get past basic arithmetic. Like, most people only have the ability to process arithmetic. They can't go past into the other more intricate things. And that's where your advantage is. If you listen to me, your advantage is I have the ability to fucking perceive these things and then speak about them, talk to them in a very clear, precise manner, which you can understand very easily. I'm a very good communicator. Not to suck my own dick or anything, but I'm just saying. And that's what the new world is going to start to need, is people who can communicate, because everybody is fucking confused out here. Like, people are scared, like, terrified of just living. Like, they don't know what to do. I got guys telling me they don't know what their purpose is. Like, they're making money, but they don't know what they want to do with their life. I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, just it's your life. Like, what are you good at? Well, I'm not really good at anything. Well, start trying some things. Well, I don't know what to try. Well, boy, that's the point of trying things. You try things so you can figure out what you're good at, so you can play around with it and then learn new things, and it'll expand to other avenues. Yeah, but and it's just like every guy has excuses now. Everybody has excuses on why they can't do shit. And that's what the problem is with today's society. Nobody wants to take accountability for their abilities to not be able to do anything. And it's going to be very harmful in the long run. I'm very interested to see how it works out. Because I'll still be rocking. I'll still be the same guy. Training, working out, playing around with electricity, doing fun shit. But the grand majority, as these jobs start to get wiped out, it's going to be another huge culture shock because men are going to have to make a choice. Do I stay homeless and live off of unemployment? And we're going to start to see the great UBI push. So people can just sit at home and not work because that's what they were used to during the pandemic. And I think that might have been like not even a test. I think it was inadvertent. I think a lot of the things that happen in America are not really planned. I think they're just inadvertent things that happen because somebody made a money grab, and they made that money grab without really thinking about what the repercussions were. Because for people to say this stuff is finely tuned and planned, I find that very difficult to believe. Because first of all, most humans are just not that intelligent to plan for a mass, wide-scale pandemic like that. Like, you don't know how that's going to play out. You don't know any of that stuff. I think they just started saying shit to kind of make people feel okay and to win primaries and stuff. And then they got to the point where it's like, oh my God, like people are listening, they're complying, like they got scared. They're just trying to push the buck off so the next person can deal with it. And that's why I don't really believe in these plans, because who the fuck would plan to have a stupid population that we have today? Nobody will plan this. That's stupid. If you're planning that, you're a dum-dum. Why would you even a villain? His plan is always like to beat up like Batman or some shit. His plan is not to fucking just make the civilians live a shitty life. It makes no sense. But anyway, I think that's enough talking for now. I'll have to go back into my house, lay down for a bit, and then get back to work. Because I don't stop working because I enjoy the fruits of my labor.